we live? I think we're live. Excellent connection. Awesome. Beautiful. All right, let's give it a few minutes before we start, making sure everything is lively. No drop frames so far. Awesome. Let's give it a few and let's start. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the server room, episode 68. Wow, 68. Cool. You saw the title of today's video, install Kasm. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Workspaces to run Linux inside a Docker container. Hopefully a lot of you guys read tech articles to keep yourself up to date. I saw this article dealing with Kasm Workspaces and it kind of automatically interests me. And I was reading and reading. I was like, damn, I want to test this out within my environment. I started playing around with it and I found it super, super interesting. And I've kind of fell in love with this new technology and I'm still learning from it. So what is Kasm Workspaces? So it's, and I looked this up, I Google it, so I can't really tell you in my own words. In my head, I know what it is, but to explain it to someone else, it will take some time until I deep dive and understand the news. I understand this new technology that I'm teaching myself. So, Googling it, it basically says it is a desktop infrastructure that allows streaming Docker containers in a secure browser-based communication channel for applications and desktops. Now, a while back, I started messing around with Docker and also Kubernetes. I think that's how you say it. I started messing around with that stuff, and I never pushed more content within my channel. I showed you guys how to configure and install stuff, but I never took it to like the next level. With Kasm Workspaces, you can easily create VDI, that is virtual desktop infrastructure solutions for full desktops or single applications for a team with application images streamed by Kasm. So Kasm has their own repository with a bunch of images that you're able to pull down, test them out. People are able to do whatever they want inside this environment, break things. If you are a person that's developing apps or creating web apps, or you're doing pen tests, this is the type of environment that you want because it's isolated. You could break the environment, destroy the environment, reestablish a new environment, and start over. Start all over again. That's awesome. That's what you want. It helps administrators with data loss prevention, DLP for short. Tools includes two-factor authentication, SSO credentials, and Kasm web services can be accessed by users using a simple web browser, which is a huge plus. So you can actually have this server in-house within your DMZ, right? Make sure if you have servers internally and you have outside people accessing it, you have your servers on the DMZ, on the firewall, and you configure it properly for outside people to access that server. They could get into that server, and whatever workspace you advertise to your users, they're able to use it, destroy, and then they can reestablish a new session without messing around with the internal network. That's pretty awesome. I like that. I think for single sign-on, I haven't really deep dived into this, but I feel like you might be able to integrate Active Directory and have people that have an AD account to sign into Kasm and log in that way. That's awesome. So I'm going to show you guys how to get it up and running, install our first registry. I think that's what Kasm calls their images, or no, actually they call their repo registries. We're going to download one. They're pretty big, so hopefully it's a little, it's going to download pretty fast for us, but hopefully, and cross my fingers, and then we will start up our new workspace altogether. So my environment right now, I'm going to show you guys my environment. I already built behind the scenes a Ubuntu server. I'm not using the desktop version. I'm using the GUI version. You are able to do this on a desktop. Just make sure that you install OpenSSH because you're able to putty in, which I am. I'm actually going to putty into the server that I built. This is a server right here. The IP address that I have, let me log into it real quick. I think it's 132.148, which is they give you the IP address there, but if you don't know the IP, you could do a command of IP address or IPA for short. Hit enter, and the IP address for this is 192.168.132.148. The reason why we need to know the IP address is because, again, once we install Chasm into this machine, we need to get into the web services because it's actually going to configure a website for us and a Docker system. Like right now, if I do Docker, if I type in Docker PS to look at the processes, I don't have any Dockers at all. This is actually giving me like Docker is not a command. If you want to install Docker, these are the commands that you need to do to install Docker. When we are installing Kasm for the first time, it's actually going to do everything for us. So that's one of the cool things about that feature. So first thing that we're going to do is I could do everything here, but I'm a really stubborn person. I want to do everything within the PuTTY. So let's type in 192, 168, 132, 148. I want to use the PuTTY. Actually, let's cancel that real quick. Let's open up PuTTY. I want to make it a little bigger. So let's type in the IP again. What is it? 148. Copy that. Let's go to window, change the font when it's maximized, go to session, okay, awesome. And let's log in, awesome. And if I maximize this, now it's huge. Now we're able to see because I'm blind as a bat. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is I'm going to get into the temp folder because I'm going to download stuff and I'm going to extract it temporarily, and then we're going to run the sh or the shell script to install everything. And it does everything for us. So I'm going to do a cd/temp to get into there. And I'm going to play it smart because and I'm going to give you these guys the commands. I have my notes already. So rather than typing everything, I'm going to copy it. Right? Copy. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use the curl command, and we're going to go to this website to pull down this tar into the temp folder. We're going to hit enter. It's going to download it. Once the download is completed, we could do a ls / and there goes our tar. Cool. So I'm going to do a clear to clear it out, and then the next command that I'm going to do, again, I'm going to copy because I already got my notes on all this because I tested all this out before I started the stream. So the next command that we're going to do is the following. We're going to use tar with a parameter of xf, and we're going to call our tar file that we just downloaded into the temp folder. So we're going to hit enter, and it's going to extract it. If you do an ls, you're going to see that it has this guy. Cool, right? This is the folder that we need to get into. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to do the following. We need to get inside that folder. So I'm going to do a sudo. Again, copy and pasting these commands because I already wrote this down. I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm going to do a sudo bash. We're going to go inside this folder. Inside that folder, there's an install.sh file. Once we hit enter, it's going to ask for our password. We're going to enter our password. We're going to hit enter. Read all this information if you want. This is pretty big. I don't know if you guys are able to see this, but this thing is like, again, let me first of all, when I maximize, it's like really big, but let me zoom in for you guys. There we go. I think it's a little better, right? Cool. So read all that information. Once you are ready, I'm ready. I read this. I didn't really read it, but I'm going to hit Y for yes. Y for yes, hit enter, and just let it be. Like right now, it is going to install. It's going to do everything that you need to do. At the very end, it's going to give you a bunch of username and passwords. Those username and passwords, especially one of them, allows you to log into your Chasm server or your workspace to actually start pulling down stuff from the repository from Chasm, your first registry, because that's what they call it. I think you go inside the registry to pull down an image. I think that's the proper term. And once you do that, then you can start playing around. I forgot how long this process takes. It does take a while for this to finish. I think the way that you know it's done is when it gives you that information that to log in. So we're gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. I can't really stop it. So we're gonna let it run. I'm going to disappear, mute myself, and then we're just gonna let it run. I'm gonna monitor the stream to see if everything is nice and healthy, but I'm not going anywhere. So once this is completed, we're gonna continue. We're gonna log into our workspace and go to the next thing, right? Oh, it looks like, all right, it's still doing it. This process takes a while. So I'll be right back. All right, so it looks like it is done. Like I told you, it took forever. I'm gonna zoom out real quick, and this is the information that I was telling you that it needs to log in. Um, it gives you the database credentials, it gives you the manager token, it gives you everything. Like, take a screenshot of this, which I am actually going to do. I'm not going to keep this environment. Um, I might kill this environment. I don't know what I'm going to do with this environment, but I'm going to take a screenshot of this before we do anything. Uh, did my snipping tool launch? Let's see, my snipping tool, gotta love it. Let's take a screenshot of this. Boom, awesome. Just take a copy of that. So we have the IP address. We already got that information before. Uh, I am actually going to just copy this password, copy it. All right, control Z, control C, all right, and control Z. Let's open up a browser, and also where to find it. I forgot to show you where to find it. So if you go to chasmweb.com, this is it. They do have a paid version, and the version that I pulled down and installed is the community edition, which is the free version. There are some limitations on it, but if you go to this website, this is where you can actually get it. Now, when I first started playing around with it, I did not notice a Windows environment. I think they do have a Windows workspace or in a Mac workspace. That'd be so awesome if I could find that. And imagine you pull down a Windows 10 or Windows 11 image, you could do whatever you want to do and break it and then restart again. It's the same concept as building a virtual machine within VMware or VMware Workstation or Hyper-V or VirtualBox, whatever. But in this concept, everything is like virtualized and it's self-contained if it's within its own environment. That's great. So this is where you could look into it a little bit more. So I'm going to open up another tab, and I think it's 192, 168, 132, period 148. And let's add HTTPS, hit enter. It's going to give you this. Your connection is not private. It is okay. Let's click on advanced, and let's click on proceed to our IP address. It is safe. It's going to load up. Awesome. Now I'm going to enter my IP address. Not my IP address. I'm going to enter the password that at the end of the installation it provided. And the username is basically this right here. So I'm going to copy it. I think I copied it. And let's go back here and let's paste that. Boom. Now let's click on login. And this is it. This is the dashboard right now. You're not going to see a lot of activity on it because, again, we just install it. We don't really have any workspaces. If you click on workspaces here, just click on work. We don't have anything. So there's no workspaces installed. But if you have workspaces installed, boom. This right here is like the Windows version of virtual desktop infrastructure. You know, it is a virtual desktop infrastructure. Um, on the Windows environment, you're able to advertise an application like Notepad or Internet Explorer, and then your client, your user, whoever logs into this web page. We're all done it. I think I've done many videos of doing virtual desktop within the Microsoft environment. You go to the website and you have whatever application you want advertised. When you click on it, it opens up into a virtual environment. But that application is actually being run on the desktop, right? You just see it on the web browsers because it's being advertised with that person. So let's go back. I'm gonna close this. So we're gonna go back into the admin center. Again, the admin center is what you should be seeing as an administrator, but I feel like you might be able to configure this single sign-on, have like an Active Directory behind the scenes for people to log in. I really haven't got into that section as of yet, but if you want to install a registry to have a workspace advertised, we are going to click on workspaces, and we're going to go into registry. Before we go to registry, let's go to workspaces. I don't have anything here, but if you click on add, it's going to take you to the registry. Now, this is everything that's being advertised within Chasm Technologies. There are other repositories, which I'm going to show you guys to add how to add an additional repository with other things. But this is what you could actually pull down and create a workspace. This is they even have Doom, bro. That's crazy. But look at the size of it. So if you're building this type of environment, this container to push out virtual desktops, I do advise you to have beef up the Chasm server, right? Have a lot of memory, have a lot of space, because these images are pretty big. Like Audacity 2.6, that's pretty big. Blender 3.7. So the one that we're going to pull down, I want to pull something down small. Like all the Linux boxes are actually like 6.4 gigs. Like holy moly, that's pretty big. Edge is 3 gigs. So let's pull something. I know the title said Linux, so let's pick something that's Linux. And let's see what type of operating systems. It looks like they got Debian. They even got Stream. Like crazy. You can play video games. Ubuntu, they have Ubuntu Jammy. They have that 7.1. So they got Ubuntu. They got OpenSUSE. They got iPlan. They got okay. These are the only ones. I don't see. It'd have been nice if they had maybe Kali. That'd be pretty cool. All right, so they even got Fedora. Man, these things are pretty. These images are pretty big. So let's go for it. Let's install Debian Bullseye. Bullseye has been a very popular Linux operating system for a lot of people. So really easy to install. Click on it. You get a big button that says install. So I'm going to show you guys. Let me zoom in a little bit. So the one that we're going to install for this live stream is this guy. So all you got to do is just click on it. And you have two options: edit, install. Edit if you really know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing within Kasm as of yet, I would just recommend just hitting install. And you get the nice little green mark, little dialog box stating that it's basically installing. Now, once you click install, it's going to disappear from the registry. So don't freak out if it disappears. Now, if you want to see how it looks with the editing, so let's say I want to edit this one. So let's click on edit. And the edit part is like if you really know what you're doing. You have this drop down. It's container, link, server, pool. I really don't recommend playing around with this section as much if you don't understand it. The registry entry, you could switch it. You could change the name, the description, thumbnail. I honestly won't play around with it, but it looks like you are able to customize the memory, how many cores that you want this particular workspace to have as a default setting. If you don't want to mess around with it, you can leave it as is and it will install. Now, the only thing I do not like about this is that it does not have like an interface letting you know that it's installing, like no progress bar. So you just gotta basically go inside the workspace and wait until it's finished, but it doesn't really give you a progress bar letting you know that it is done. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Yeah, and that's it. Like you click on install and this is what you see. This is your progress bar. It doesn't really give you like what's the percentage of like where you're at. I think that's the only thing I don't like about um this technology as of like right now. It just doesn't have a progress bar, and this guy is pretty big. It is 6.4 gigs, and this right here, this section right here will give you a nice view of how much you know data you have. Like the more images that you pull, you see the images are pretty huge. It's between 7 to 10 gigs. So the space that you have for your server should be huge. Now, for me, I'm super stingy with my configurations because I'm running everything off a laptop and a solid state drive, Type C solid state drive, and this is such a very small lab for me. It's not really one of my heavy duty labs. So this is one of those labs that I could travel with and just have up and running. But for this Linux server, my settings that I configured, it's like really bad. So like right now, everything's slowing down. 4 gigs of memory, 4 processors, and the hard drive space is 100. That's it. That's all I gave it. But again, if you're pulling a lot of images down, I would recommend bumping up the space and giving it more resources, more processors, more memory, so everything will run efficiently. Now, like I said before, there are other repositories sites that you are able to visit. I'm going to show you guys one right now. I'm looking at my notes, and let's open up a new tab, and I'm going to do a Control V. Now, I will provide this link for you guys at the bottom of the description. So let's hit enter, and once you hit enter, it takes you to another repository with more images, more than what Kasm Technologies actually advertise, and they have more Linux boxes. I have not seen a Windows environment as of yet, so I'm still searching for Windows and a Kali. So if I could definitely find those type of images, I would love to play around, because then you have like a self-contained environment that you could do all kinds of crazy things. For example, if you got like a Windows image within Kasm Workspaces, and this is great for work, right? For pen testing. There's an email that comes in with a particular link that you want to test. You don't want to test it within your workstation at home, because there's a possibility a virus or something is going to happen. So you can actually bring that link into one of these workspaces, which is self-contained, open it up, destroy the environment. It won't even touch your 9 to 5 network, and then you can kill the session and destroys the container, and then just recreate a new one, and then you're good to go. That's awesome. That's one of the things I like about this, is that this is great for individuals that are pen testing and you want to play around without breaking your, your 9 to 5 environment. So this right here is another repository that you could add. I just copy the URL, and it's really easy to add it into here. And if I remember how to add it, I think if you go inside available workspaces, is it here? Let's go to registries here. So if you go inside registries, automatically Kasm Technologies, it's, that's already installed. So we're going to add a new one, and that URL that I paste inside the site, we're just going to add it. Boom. We're going to add it. Boom. Done. That's the only repository that I've seen so far for Kasm. I know there's more out there. I just haven't had the chance or got lucky to find anything. But this is another one. It's pretty trustworthy for what I've seen and what I've read online. When you go back into available workspaces, you have 2 filters to only see everything within the Kasm Technologies or the Linux server.io. And for what I've seen here, the images are pretty small. I know you get this nice little crazy, about to say a curse word, this crazy warning right here. The workspace has defined configurations that may provide elevated privileges or access. The following section should be reviewed prior to installation. Just make sure you review everything. The ones that I've tested within this repository or this workspace or whatever you want to call it, registry, were pretty legit. They work really well. They download really fast, which caught me off guard. But I think the only thing I do not like so far about this environment is that it does not have a damn progress bar. Like, give me a progress bar and let me know that the thing is done. Like right now, I don't know it's done. So I got to constantly refresh and go here. If you click on it, you're just going to get this. I don't know, it's not going to launch, but when you click on it and it's ready to launch, you're able to open up in a new window. That's the default setting, the current tab, a new tab, or the new window, which is the default one. You click on new tab, it's going to basically give you this. Let's see if I can zoom in real quick. I'm going to launch it one more time. It says the image is not currently available. The agent may be still downloading the image, but that's the only thing I do not like about this so far. It just does not give you a progress bar. Like, give me a progress bar. Now, once you have workspaces and you start using it, this dashboard will start filling up with information, like depending on what image, how long, the percentage of how long it's been used, average time. It's just, so this is pretty cool. I think let's go here. Again, there's no way to know. Like, I need to know. That sucks. There's no way to know when it's done. I know last time that I did it, it took a while. But I think, let's go inside the Linux server.io section. And within here, let's pick one. You want to do Chrome? You want to do Chrome? Firefox is small. Let's do Firefox. So let's click on Firefox. Let's click on install. That's installing. Again, as soon as you click install, it's going to disappear. It actually has FreeCAD. Like, wow. No Windows. No Kali. Got Fedora. Debian is very Arch. Ooh, got Arch Linux. That's nice. All right. So I just click on Firefox and Debian right now. Firefox is the smallest one, 1.1 gigs. Hopefully this one will finish first and we can launch it and I can show you guys how it looks. So that's pretty awesome. All right. Okay. Boom. It just finished. Awesome. It just finished. Great. All right. So we got one workspace installed and it's ready for us to launch. So let's go inside workspaces, and within workspaces, Firefox is still being Firefox and is installing. It is a small image, so that should be done already, but this one is completed and we're able to launch it. Now to launch it, super simple. Let's click on it. Again, you're going to get this. You're able to do new tab, current tab, new window. We're going to do a new tab. So if everything works well, let's close this guy up. It should launch a new session. If you have a pop-up blocker, I think pop-up blocker will block it, but we're going to launch it for the first time. Debian, right? All right, no tab. Okay. So let's click on resume. There it goes. All right, creating a secure connection. Ooh, exciting. And there goes our Debian. Yeah, look at that. Holy crap. So this image actually has Zoom installed. See text and image copy to the clipboard. Yeah, allow it. Cool. This has Zoom, it has Visual Studio Code, it has Slack, Signal, Only Office, Google Chrome. Yo, that is crazy. It has OBS, Firefox, GIMP, Telegram, desktop. This is crazy. Isn't this cool? Again, I still have to play a lot more. Let's go to my channel so I won't get any copyrights. Go to my channel, see how it works. So it has internet access. It's loading up. Dude, this is pretty cool. But can you imagine playing around with this environment and not causing any problems? Like I'm able to go to any crazy site and any crazy site, and then whatever's happening behind the sites, it's not affecting my local machine. It's because this right here, this environment is running on top of this environment, which this environment is actually running on this Linux server. So everything is like self-contained. This is fly. This is something that I would definitely implement at my 9-to-5 job for those individuals that want to play and break. The only problem is that I don't see a Windows environment as of yet, and I would love to see a Windows environment. It looks like Firefox is already done. So Firefox is done. So I'm able to, let's click on Firefox. If you want to do tab or a new window, let's do a new tab. Let's launch it. No resources are available. Creator requires a Kasm. And I feel like because, again, I don't have a lot of resources, so I might have to kill this resource. And it's really simple. So you can kill it here. you could just leave. It's still running. You can resume. Or if you click here, you can stop, pause, and do whatever. So let me zoom in case you guys are not able to see. So you're able to actually delete it, delete the session, right? You could delete it, you can stop it, you can pause it. Right now, it is still up and running. So if we stop it, it's gonna basically flush out all the resources from it. So we're gonna stop, right? It stopped, it's gone. You are able to delete the session. I feel like it stopped, but again, we left it with Chrome up and we were in YouTube, my YouTube channel. So if I click on resume, it should take me to that point of time. So let's get out of here. Let's see. Let's click on resume. Zoom out. I want to see if it actually takes me back into my session that I had Chrome open and YouTube logged in. If not, that means when you completely stop it, it flushes everything out. Yep, it flushes everything out. The only way it would keep everything up and running is if you just pause it, which is cool. So from here, I'm actually just gonna delete the session, just delete it, boom. And I think once you delete this right here disappears. I feel like this is gonna disappear, that disappear. So now because I flushed out those resources, again, this Kasm Workspaces is running on a small environment. I don't have a lot of resources. I don't have a lot of resources to run multiple images at the same time. But again, I do advise if you want to use this with multiple sessions running, bump up your primary machine. For me, 4 cores, 8 gigs is not enough to run Firefox and Debian at the same time. So Firefox is launching right now. And this image is only a browser. So Debian is the full desktop experience. You have all the applications to do whatever you need to do. That is awesome. You could script. Uh, this image right here actually had Visual Studios, which is awesome. You could do some coding. You could do all kinds of crazy things. Break it, kill the session, then reestablish the session again. Right now, the Firefox one is running. It is still trying to launch. So we're going to give it some time and see what happens. Come on. Let's go to admin. Okay, so now that we've been playing around with everything, we got some usage, current statistics and everything, some live sessions. I feel like I don't know if you're able to actually integrate this with Active Directory. I need to find out if you are able to integrate this with Active Directory. That'd be awesome, because then you can see everyone that's logged in and which image they're using. I got one error. What was that error? Oh, this is the error because I didn't have any resources, which the logging part is pretty cool. This is the system information. Cool. Unlicensed. 5 people can actually use this. I'm using one, so 4 more people. So the community edition is not that bad. 5 licenses free. But if you want to bump it up to more, you might have to purchase it. Cool. All right, let's see. Firefox has completed. So let's launch it, resume it. And now we are getting into a Firefox session. This environment, we're able to go into anywhere, any crazy website, behave. For those that want to use this for bad things, behave, be good. All right, don't do crazy things. But again, you're able to surf and go to those crazy websites and it won't harm your local machine. Boom. And it's pretty smooth. Like again, the only thing that I recommend is just bumping up the main server with more memory, more space, so you are able to hold all these images. Like right now, I don't have a lot of resources, so I'm going to fill it. But it actually works. Oh, this one is still going. There it goes. It just takes a while. But again, definitely bump up the resources. The main server that's going to house Kasm Workspaces should have a lot of memory, maybe multiple NICs, um, a lot of space, because depending on how many workspaces you're going to have up and running, you want to hold all that stuff. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode 68. Holy moly. I see you guys on the next episode, which is actually episode 69. That's a weird number. 69. Whoa. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And that's it. I'll catch you guys next week. And that's about it. All right. So how I end this? I always forget how to end this. Is it over?